Welcome to another episode of the Joel Krupa podcasts. Earlier we did Season 1, Episode 1, How to Love and Be Loved. We did Season 1, Episode 2, Should I Marry? This one's going to be a little bit different, guys. This was a little bit more of a controversial topic. I didn't know how to title it, so we'll just title this one Controversial. So today we're going to head into a controversial topic, one that may often even lead people to deleting me on social media. It's a taboo subject, one people tend to avoid talking about. But today we are going to talk about the elephant in the room. Ending a terminal person's life prematurely. Physician-assisted suicide. There it is. Take it in. Take all the time you need. We good? So we've seen cases like Terry Schiavo, where people who are vegetables that are being kept on life support for indefinite periods of time. You may be able to keep people on a vent, on a feeding tube, and artificially maintain their living, if you want to call it that. I mean, if you've got the money to maintain a family member in a vegetative state at your local hospital, all the power to you. But I must ask the question, what kind of quality of life is this? If the cord were pulled on the ventilator or feeding tube removed, this person would flatline. So which is more inhumane? Keeping a person alive for our own wishes, or allowing a person who we love to die when their quality of life has come to pass? It's been in countless legal battles, and no, there is no right or wrong answer as far as I'm concerned. Biblically, simply ending a person's life is murder. Even when Jack Kevorkian was doing it, that was deemed evil at the time by many. So my dad was a reverend for many, many years in a church, and I always was seeing comic photos of Jack Kevorkian. And being young at the time, this was late 80s, early 90s, if I'm recalling correctly. I remember seeing the cartoons and how they made fun of physician-assisted suicide. And I always sided on the religious side that it was evil and that it was a horrible, horrible thing. But I feel like as I got older, I've turned 40 now, and I don't see it the same way. There has to be something said about quality of life. I get that, you say it's evil or this or that, but quality of life has got to be a factor in deciding this. I mean, it's not one that you would choose quickly, without thinking about it. Imagine being a hospice cancer patient. You're stage 4. It's terminal. The end is near. You're circling the proverbial drain. You've got a month to go, maybe days. Imagine having the opportunity to bypass the anguish and extreme pain that you're feeling by having a physician come out and help end it. Maybe put some happy juice in that IV and send your soul out into the ether. Now, if you're religious, all of what I'm saying is absolute hogwash, as I mentioned before. No one has the right to end another person's life. I get it. I was raised in the church. I absolutely understand the opposition. You have a right to be opposed to such a questionable decision. In fact, all people should be armed with the facts when discussing the end of a person's life. To be fair, it's not something that should be taken lightly. To me, abortion is also just as a taboo discussion. I'm often told men don't get to have an opinion on abortion because we don't have a uterus. That may be a podcast for another day. So let's put that on the back burner for now, and perhaps in the future we will circle back. I try to keep these politically and religiously neutral as much as possible to keep them somewhat universal so that we can have a neutral dialogue without anyone having to resort to name calling and people feeling hurt or offended. We are people first and everything else second. We are people. We should care about our family and friends. I would hate to see my beloved family get riddled with stage 4 cancer and watch them rot away to skin and bone on a bed. I've seen it happen firsthand. It's heartbreaking and not at all a dignified way to die. I remember seeing my aunt dying of stage 4 breast cancer, and we had gone into the room, and she was calling me by one of my brother's names, and she had really kind of dystrophied. She was skin wrapped in bone, and it was really hard to see her like that. And I had come back a second time that week, and she didn't recognize me at all. And that's how upsetting this can be to a family. You know, you're not even recognizable anymore because of what this cancer does to you. We have to have a serious discussion about, end of life and quality of life. I mean, I'm not telling you to go out and kill your nana, but I mean, we've got to have a serious conversation as human beings about what the quality of someone's life is when they're stage 4 or when they have an inoperable brain tumor and the pain just won't go away. We have choices. And those choices aren't always the right choices, but for some people they may be the right choices. I understand if you don't think it's right to ever take a life, no matter the situation. I'm personally against abortion, but again, I'm a male, so as far as toxic masculinity goes, my voice doesn't usually get a vote in that regard. What I'm merely saying is we won't always all agree on everything, but we always need to be willing to have a neutral, understandable, respectful dialogue. I am a lover of people. We have moving parts. Sometimes those parts tend to fail. We get old. Sometimes we even watch our children die of terminal cancer. I don't have all the answers. I don't claim to. But go into a pediatric cancer ward and look at all the children who are submitting their Make-A-Wish because they won't finish out the year. Have compassion. Smile. Love. Laugh. Write a letter. Go to funerals. Eat with their families. Get a fresh perspective. Hear their thoughts. Listen with a judgment-free heart. Chew on their words and digest them. Above all, love with the biggest heart that you can muster. Life is too short to pretend to give a shit. Maybe your aunt is dying from stage 4 breast cancer. Maybe your uncle has pancreatic cancer because it's hereditary. Go see them. Listen to their words if they can speak. They may have something to tell you. Maybe the drugs have even made them forget who you are. That's okay. Don't take it personally. It's not their fault. Their love for you still exists somewhere inside their body. Love them anyway. Be there for them. Fluff their pillow. Fix their blanket so that it keeps them warm from the chill of knowing that their days are numbered. There is no right or wrong answer to this question, as far as I'm concerned. But perhaps you'll know your answer for when you're saddled with it. Does your family know of your final wishes? Have you made a plan? Regardless of your possible disdain for this subject matter, I wish you all only the absolute best. Be well, and I'll see you in episode 4.